Good morning, everyone. Very warm welcome to all of you. Uh, we'll just start the session. Can you transfer the co-host rights to me, please? Thank you. All right. So, good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. Uh, so, in today's session, this is about the advanced strategic HR and analytics for HR leaders. So, in this session today, we are going to discuss the program details, right? So we will have the program director with us in another, 4 to 5 minutes. And in today's session, we are going to, answer all your queries related to the program, anything related to the content, right? So how this program can help you, right? And a career counseling kind of a session as well, right? So thank you so much for everyone to join us on Sunday morning. Myself, Pritish Mandal. I am based out of Gurgaon, and I have Mr. Pulak Patnaik with me, who is the director at VC now.
Hi everyone, good morning. Very good morning. Welcome to the session.
Right. So before we start the session, I hope all of us are aware about the program, the details about the course, right? So before we start the session, I will quickly walk you through the details of the program so that, we are ready with our questions. Anything we want to ask to the professor, we can ask him, right? So I'll quickly share my screen here, wherein I'll be showing you the program brochure. I'll walk you through the program brochure with the basic details about the course, and after that we will start with the Q&A session. Right. So we have Professor Jatinder Jha also, who has joined us.
Yeah, hello Pratish. Hello Pulakji.
And a very good morning, Professor Jha. How are you?
I'm good, Pulakji.
Great. Welcome. Welcome
Right.
to the session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Jha, for joining us on Sunday morning. So I will just, before we start the session, I will, walk through the program brochure content and basic details about the program. And after that, we will start with the Q&A session. With your permission, sir.
Yeah, please.
Right. So today's webinar is about the executive development program in advanced strategic HR and analytics from HR for HR leaders. The program is from XLRI Jamshedpur campus. It is a 7 months duration program. The program is meant for people with 7+ years of work experience in HR domain or related domain. The program fee is 1,99,200 rupees plus GST, which can be also paid in easy installments. And we do have education loan facility also. This session, so the program is a live and online program. That means sitting at your home, at your office, from any corner of the world, you can log in on every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. The live and interactive sessions will happen. So there will be a 3 days of campus immersion also, which will happen towards the end of the program, wherein there will be a certificate distribution ceremony also. And 3 days you will be staying in the XLRI Jamshedpur campus. Right. So I will quickly walk you through the modules which we are going to cover in this program. So this is the program content. This is the curriculum structure of the program. The program is divided into two parts. First part A is strategic human resource management, and another one is analytics, HR analytics. So these are the two parts of the program. So as you can see, the part A will cover strategic context for data-driven HR decision. Then module 2 will be strategic HRM sectorial analysis. Module 3 is strategic transformation through HR. And part P you will have HR analytics. Module 4 is financial aspects of HR decision. Then application of costing ROI on human capital. Sixth module is ROI on employee benefits. Seventh module is HR budgeting and costing concept. Eighth module is introduction to tools and techniques. And after that, we will have data visualization, HR modeling, then predictive HR models, and HR forecasting and manpower optimization. Module 13 will be compensation analytics, and 14th will be HR dashboard and report writing. So these are the modules which we will be covering in the program. This is the evaluation certificate. This will be the final certificate. It is a sample one. So this is the kind of certificate you will have. So the fee structure, as I said, it is 1,99,200 rupees plus GST, which can be paid into 4 installments. At the time of registration, you will have to pay 40,000 plus GST. And after that, the next installment is of 60,000. After that, the next installment of 60,000 again, and the last installment will be of 39,200 plus GST. Right. So this is the overall structure, program structure. So Professor Jatinder Jha is the program director who is with us in this session, and that's it. So we had recently also concluded the technical orientation program inauguration yesterday, right? And we are still accepting applications because there were a few participants, those who had queries related to the program and was not able to take a decision on that. So that is the reason we are conducting this session today, so that you can all ask your questions directly to the professor, and we will also walk you through any kind of career guidance also you need, or any questions around the content, program, anything related to the HR domain you want to ask. We will take up those questions in the session. Right. So before we start the session, sir, Professor Jha, I would request if you could shortly brief what exactly the program is about, and if I, as a candidate, is willing to join this program, how this is going to benefit me. I mean, why it is important, in short, why it is important for, professionals from HR department domain to upskill and to take up strategy and analytics, and to learn the concept of strategy and analytics. A very brief, introduction about the program and structure of the course, sir.
Yeah, so one point you mentioned that minimum experience which is required for this program is 7+, and why we have kept 7 years of experience for this program is because we assume that after joining HR executive in any company, this is the time 7 year, 5 years, 6 years where you get competencies that is called HR functional competencies. So now what is next for me in my career? So the next hurdle which most of the HR executives are facing is, so far, maybe because their beginning was not that outstanding, or maybe their beginning was very good, but they could not hone the skill which is related to the strategic aspects of HR and analytical part of the analytical mindset of the HR. So this program is basically a launch pad. So this is going to give you a elevation in your career towards the CHR role or the senior management role in the domain of HR. And to go to that level, no matter which industry you belong to, where you started your career, what was your educational background, we polish your strategic mindset and analytical mindset through various case studies, industry interactions, various domain specific discussion, and most important, so far you may or may not have got a chance to get into the designing part of the HRM system. So this is the course which actually opens the avenue for you to learn how to design the policies, how to create a whole HRM system in the organization from strategic mindset of the organization. So therefore, I advise those who are looking for a fast track career in the domain of human resource management, or they want to elevate their career and accelerate their career. These are the two skill set that is very important, and therefore this course. So this course will be delivered by the faculty member who are expert in analytics, the faculty who is expert in strategy, and then you have an industry expert who will give you the application of AI, application of various tools, and what are the strategic challenges. So if you combine these all multiple perspective on strategy and analytics in this course, this give you a integrated framework which can help you in honing the analytical mindset and strategic mindset for your career acceleration. So that is the brief about this program, and that is the uniqueness of this program.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for walking us through the program details. Now, we will, take a few questions. In between, we will be also discussing more details about the program or anything around the program content. Uh, Anyone who is in the session?
Nitish, I think what we can do possibly, since we don't we have about 12, 14 people who have joined us so far. So if they can actually come on the screen, unmute themselves, and
Correct.
share their introduction. What is their background. So possibly we can do a pretext and then they can get into the Q&A. That would be good,
Right.
right? So we can also understand their background, which city they are coming from. We can prompt the names also if you want, so that it helps.
Right. I can see Himanshu who's trying to log in. Himanshu, if you can hear us. Right. So what we'll do, I will just call out few names. If you would like to introduce yourself and ask anything related to the program or related to your career, you can definitely respond to that. So Amit Sharma, would you like to come on the screen? Amol Mishra, Ankit Thakkar, anyone? Dr. Ajit.
Hello,
Yeah, hi Ankit. Good morning.
good morning. Good morning, sir and team. So, first of all, thanks for organizing this session. But just I want to make clarification about the understanding about this session. So, previous session I had not attended, so I don't have any much detailed idea about the program which you are explaining. So, if you can share me the detail about the modules as discussed by sir, so it will be helpful for me to understanding the modules and benefits which are related to HR functions. And about my professional experience, total I have 14 years of experience in the HR and admin domain, and I am doing different functions related to HR and admin. So how can you utilize these HR modules like analytics and strategy to give more benefits and improve my skills?
Ankit, you are speaking from which city? Where are you based?
Uh, yeah, sure, sir. I am from Vadodara, Gujarat, sir.
Vadodara, Gujarat. Okay, fine. Great. And in which industry are you working for?
Currently, I am associated with Resource Engimac India Private Limited. It's a manufacturing firm, sir.
Manufacturing firm. Great. Excellent.
Yeah, so module, I think Pritesh had shared Ankit. So module is basically divided into two broad parts. The part A talks about the strategic aspects of HR, which is about what is the sectoral difference between, let's say, the HR of FMCG, HR of manufacturing, HR of, let's say, automobile industry, HR of cement company, HR of service, HR of consulting, HR in the startup, HR in Indian firms, at HR in, let's say, diamond cut and polish industries in the state of Gujarat, HR in jewelry sector. So which means it's HR only. But
Okay, sir.
business model influences the HR functional strategy based on the corporate strategy and the business strategy of the firm, and how it translates into the policies and practices of HR. So that is the detailed discussion based on the cases, based on the industry expert, based on the various evidence. So that will be a framework that will be shared in the classes. How sector wise the difference of HRM system exists. That is the one. Second is ready to use tool, because we all may or may not have the the fondness for the various analytical tool, and we may not be comfortable. So we make sure that you first gain the insight in the domain of strategic HR to understand how you are going to take HR decision based on data. Then we teach, if you have this clarity that this is the decision I want to take, how data will help you. So using the tools which is easy to use, ready to use, so you can plug in your information there and you can get the desired outcome. So the third step is we teach, once the outcome is there, how to get the HR decision out of that. What is the interpretation of those results? So these are the three steps. And in the last, what we do is, as you might have seen the module, we are going
Yes, sir.
to give you the basic financial analytics also. So if I give you the income statement of your own company and I ask you to negotiate HR budget with your top management team, so what are the indicator that you will look into that particular aspect? For example, I give you one example. There is something called EBIT margin ratio. It is basically your sales to operating income to the total revenue of the firm. So if I
Yes.
see FMCG sector, it ranges from 8% to 12%. For service sector, it is 12% to 20% and double digit more. So now can as an HR, and on paper, if you see revenue is increasing, operating income is increasing, you will go to the top management and say, sir, I need more budget for increment and various other, what you say, HR initiatives. But then your CEO will ask you, have you checked the EBIT margin ratio? So chances are very high that your revenue is increasing, operating income is increasing, but every penny that is contributed towards the profit margin of the company, that is reducing. And how you come to know about that? EBIT margin ratio. EBIT margin ratio, let's say 12. Means if you are selling a good at the 100 rupees from revenue, only 12 rupees is the contribution towards the profit. So now when you have these level of analytical mindset when it comes to analyzing your own income statement and the other stuff, then you can take much informed HR decisions. So as I gave you the example, the service sector has double digit. Why service sector has double digit? What is the major operating expenses for them? It's not the raw material, which is the primary cost driver in the case of manufacturing. So based on these type of indicator and data analytics, we will try to decode the difference between two sectors and hence implication for HR. This is just one example.
Yes, sir.
And you make more sense in the boardroom if you have the capability to structure your thought, and that too around the data. Yeah, that's why we say strategy and analytics go side by side. That is a one glimpse of the or learning of the whole program.
Sure, sir. Thanks. Thanks for your explanation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Jha. Uh, we are open to take up few more questions.
I think very important point that Professor Jha pointed out, that today in modern HR, you know, informed decision making is extremely critical. I mean, if you have to have a improvised recruitment process, retention, workforce planning, and overall strategic, development of your organization, you have to get into the analytics part of things, and that is how the leaders will also move on. I think that is the essence of, every HR, whether he or she is a generalist HR or sectoral HR. These are going to be very, very important in terms of moving forward and in the days to come. So we are gradually getting into the AI mode, and things are transforming very fast. So if you are not sharp enough, if you're not adept with what is happening across the world, not handling relevant data which can give you a pre-analysis of where you are progressing, you will be left far behind. You will not be able to grow in life.
Right.
So I think that's a call of the day, and that is why we are seeing that so many HR professionals are actually getting into the learning mode in terms of HR analytics, which
Correct.
is driving this sectoral growth also,
Correct.
and to think in a new world perspective. Uh, Today HR has a long way to go. People are talking about HR business process and all those aspects, wherein they become an integral part of the business growth and strategy. So HR is no longer a clerical function or a support function. It is
Correct.
way beyond it, actually.
Mhm.
Right? Any
Also,
other question from anyone?
also to add on or add here, sir, while we speak to the participants from HR domain, so the one question which is a repeated question which we usually get, how AI is actually impacting the HR function. If you can share something on that, because I think that
Yes.
is a general
Yes.
question which everyone asked
Uh,
nowadays.
yeah. So recently there is a one consulting assignment which I finished with one of the leading sugar manufacturing firm from Uttar Pradesh. It is a country leading chini mill. The assignment was measuring the training effectiveness. So before I began my study, field work, interaction, so I thought, let me see how AI can help me. So because I was fully aware about the so this assignment I gave to my PhD scholar, and then I also did the same. So when my PhD scholars actually gave the prompt to the AI to find out the solution of the problem which the company brought to us, how to go about the study, how to conduct the research, how to do this particular assignment. They got very generic output from the AI. Then I asked them to sit in my office. Then I gave the prompt because I was very much aware about what exactly I'm looking for in this particular assignment with regards to behavioral indicators, with regards to various gaps, with regards to training effectiveness model, and specifically in the context of the sugar mill. So when I gave those specific prompts based on my existing knowledge about human resource management and strategic human resource management, I got the exactly what I had already planned. So what I planned when I did manually, it took 15 to 20 days. But the same thing when I asked the AI, based on again my knowledge, I again repeating the knowledge about human resource management, and this project was very critical. So when I gave those relevant input, it actually made my work more efficient, more comprehensive, and very much readable and visible. But when I see the output of my student, it was nowhere near to the reality. So what is the moral of story here? The moral of the story is your tacit knowledge that you have gained through your experience, that you have gained being a subject matter expert, which is like you are HR professional for n number of years. You have taken n number of decision. You have analyzed n number of HR context in your the day-to-day decision making processes, interacted with n number of leaders, various business challenges. AI does not have that. So AI can support you, enhance you, augment your work. It can give a shape to your work and thought. Once you have a wider perspective about a particular phenomena, event, or knowledge, a domain. So AI in that sense, at least during few initial years, is going to give us the efficiency in our work. But I always say the necessary condition to get maximum out of AI is the knowledge about whatever you are asked the AI to do. Otherwise, it's just a Google search.
Very true, sir. In fact, I was reading an article yesterday wherein, it has been observed that now most of the people, users, are not going to Google to, do some research or anything. They are now shifting it to, tools like Gemini or ChatGPT or any other AI tool. So basically, if they have anything, anything they want to search, usually we used to go to Google and search about that topic. But now the trend is shifting. People are now, reaching out to AI, ChatGPT, and other tools to get their,
Yeah.
questions or queries
In fact,
related to that. I
now
and I also see that, in future the the trend has already started shifting to AI, right? Google will be no longer, right nowadays, every if you ask me in 2020, 21, 22, people used to go to Google for searching everything, but now that thing has shifted. So yes, Google is also, will be ruled out in near future, looking at the going trend. And I'm sure Google will be also doing something to save their businesses also, right? So uh, so I see there are a few more participants, those who are here in the session. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, or you can put your questions in the chat box, right? Or you can simply ask questions to the to the professor also.
So I was saying, Pritesh, that in today's time, when you talk about the AI, it is challenging your existing capability a lot. So if you have not upgraded your domain specific knowledge to the extent where you can guide the advanced tool like AI tools that is going to support your enhance your work or augment your work, you will be nowhere. So the first condition is you bring the depth and you bring the broadness in your existing knowledge base, and therefore these type of programs which is running and offered by the B school in various domain, it becomes very critical in the coming years, especially when we are talking about the advancement of AI and in particular to the HR domain. We can take the question.
Completely agree to you, Professor. Right. So I would again request, if anyone has any questions, can unmute themselves or pose their questions in the chat box.
Pritesh Guru here. Very good morning.
You can switch on the video as well.
Sir, this unable to host that. That's the
Okay.
reason. Yeah, so I'm just going through the audio only.
Yes, Guru Raj. Yeah.
So very good morning. Thanks for this opportunity, and thanks Pulak sir and Pritesh and all the HR fraternities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just coming to this question. So currently about myself and Guru Raj, I'm working in HR manager business partner in Bangalore, one of the India's largest CNC machine tool industry.
Okay.
It's going with a $1 billion.
Okay.
This is where this it was the company is going in investment in IPO. Okay. So in this context, the HR as a business leader, okay, and as a strategic of HR, how it is a transformation from million to $1 billion. So
Very
as a HR contribution, so what as a step out we have to take out in the next level to the leadership transformation from CIO, CXO level, from the existing this
level of
competencies. So
yes.
because it's a machine tool is India's is very niche industries. So just we want to uplift the internal competencies to the next level. So it can help us to this.
Yeah, Guru Raj, you ask a very relevant question. In fact, I was about to tell Pritesh and wanted to discuss with Pulakji also. There is a one module that we want to add in our this course is called scaling up of HR processes with the scaling up of business. This is what I have seen in country like us. So last week I was in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I attended a very reputed conference. It was an annual meeting of 85th annual meeting of Academy of Management conference, where I presented my work on how we can make work design a fun. It is called playful work design. You might have seen traffic signal, the dancing on the road, flight attendant giving instruction in a very funny way. So I extended the concept of playfulness, how work design can be made like that. There, one of the presentation and the discussion we had from various IMs, the faculty were there, so I participated there. So one topic which I like the most apart from this playfulness is how to scale up HR processes, how to scale up HR processes when my business is scaling. Because one end I'm saying that I'm going to become the third largest economy. So naturally my business will scale up. So then the question is, Guru Raj, are we talking about the scaling up or increasing the broadness of my business portfolio? Broadness, which means I'm adding more product line to the existing portfolio, or
Yeah.
I'm exploring the new product or exploring the new market. Existing product, new market. What type of scaling is this? So why I'm asking this? If new product in new market, new product in existing market, and then old product in the new market, old product in old market.
World market.
Combinations when I check of the scaling, different HR implications, different HR implications. If my product is new, hypothetically, I'm taking scenario one, it may or may not be relevant for your case. New product, new market. Second, new product, existing market. I take these two scenarios. What is the implication for HR in both cases? If it is a new product, and I'm offering to new market as well as the existing market, the first question that you will ask is, do you have the capability, the human capability to introduce a new product? Let's say you say, yes, I have the capability. Second, do you have enough resources and capability if my business scale up, depending upon the market potential and response from the market, will you be able to multiply those capability based on your organizational capability to create and sustain the supply of talent pool to meet the emerging demand? Just small example, last evening I went to this one of the new food outlet has opened in PM Mall in Jamshedpur. It used to be a simple tea coffee outlet. They have two chefs. Now they converted into full-fledged South Indian, North Indian. They added all the product to the existing market and new market. Let's see the beauty of the HR concept, which I'm just explaining now. So me and another faculty, Professor Param, both were sitting in the cafe. We ordered tea and one vada pav. It took 45 minutes. Before the transformation of the business, we used to get the same food within 10 minutes. That time, product was specialized. Vada pav, tea, daveli, and all these fast food. There all people were trained into those competencies. Their efficiency were at par excellence. Now they have broadened the chef is same. They added one more new chef who can make the South Indian food. That's all. Rest all chef is same. Serving staff is same. Order receiving guy is same. Serving guy is same. but their capability is not checked for the new product. Now what is happening? New outlet, great footfall, existing capability are not checked. So what is the outcome? Service delay. So we waited for 45 minutes. After that, we came out. Order wasted, money wasted. So one customer. So what is the root cause of this? When your manpower, I'm not saying number of people has increased in the cafe, no doubt about it. You know, if I tell this problem to a finance guy will say, sir, earlier you had 2 waiter, now you have 3 waiter. Earlier you had 1 chef, you have 3 chef. How you can say that HR is not scaled up? And that is the misconception. Manpower has been scaled up in number of people. You know what has not been scaled up? Capability. But how to create this diagnostic tool to understand? And there is a comprehensive discussion required on this. This is a combination of product and services offering to existing and new, and then capability. And both when you are mapping, this concept is called vertical alignment of HR processes with the processes of business. And that is called the strategic mindset of HR. The small example, good that you asked this question. Yesterday, only for 1 hour, we were discussing this problem. And just before that, in Copenhagen, I had detailed discussion on this. And this is the emerging area for all Indian businesses. All Indian businesses. But the problem is when I borrow the concept from West, those who have never seen this context, how they can give you the concept of scaling up? Absolutely. How they can? I am giving you this concept sitting in that coffee house. But in West, they have already gone to the mature level. My healthcare is now growing. My manufacturing is growing. My service sector, you can say up to some extent, it is stagnated. What about my other industry? My robotics, my AI, my aggregation-based businesses, all are growing and flourishing. Startup which has already busted in US, it is growing in my country. So look at the scope of HR professional in Indian context. So HR of the West and European country may or may not relevant in your case, because what you are witnessing, their 2 generation back HR has already witnessed. Absolutely. But context is entirely different. So who will guide you? Are you getting my point? That is the field of human resource management, Guru. Hope that I could give you some. For that, just I'll take up and again 1 minute. Okay, so for that we have started with existing, as you rightly said. So we have started with the Hogan assessment and 360 feedbacks to understanding whether we are going with the next level to build the people to the CXO level and CIO level. So this assessment is already in progress. So we are getting in the going to the transition and integration. We are working on that. So maybe it's a lining up. So in fact, my research is on this particular topic. The 2 areas where I am now going to spend my year is, one is the playful work design, and second is scaling up the HR processes to meet the business scaling. So these are the 2 areas where I am currently working. I am interacting with n number of industries on this, those who are in this transformation journey. So those insights are also will be there in this program. How we can make this transition, and this is how we learn from each other. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, Guru Raj.
Good morning, Mr. Jatinder Jha.
Yes,
I'm
good
Mrs.
morning.
Meher.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
calling up from Hyderabad. I recently moved from abroad. So
Oh,
I want to get back into the corporate, which I have left some years back.
okay.
Okay, so since then it has emerged. In India, it's absolutely high technology now, which we are using. Even the
Correct.
college students are using AI, the business people are using AI, and the developers also using AI.
Using.
So
Correct.
I want to learn and like you need to guide me like how this program is going to help me up to get a to launch myself in the
Job.
corporate field.
Okay. So, Meher, as you have taken the career break, and once you are going to again start your career, the biggest challenge which most of the individuals are facing is the skill gap. As I am
Yeah,
mentioning,
absolutely.
and
See, I have a career gap in HR, but
yes,
I have teaching experience. I know like how AI is useful in teaching because we give presentations, we give
correct,
some assignments and all that. But
correct.
I want to get back into HR. So this skill gap, how this program is going to
Yes.
help me out with.
So there are, as I mentioned earlier also, because industry and business context has changed completely and new set of industries has came into existence and those are flourishing and they are now offering more jobs. For example, tech-based startups,
Yes,
application-based businesses. When I say
yes,
application-based businesses, like you are teacher, education tech is on the boom. If you are hotel and restaurant, Swiggy, Zomato, and number of aggregator businesses going on.
yeah,
So if you are able to decode these business context of various industry and then you are able to predict the policies and practices, that actually makes you more relevant, and that is exactly where this program is going to help through various industry interactions, various case studies, various what you say guest speaker sessions, what is happening in the industry, where you stand, what is the
yeah,
strategic mindset, and what is the definition of strategy. If I ask you 20-25 years back, even definition of strategy exists that time. But let's say that time industry was very common, manufacturing. And that time strategic role of HR means if you are able to run your plant smoothly without having any strike, without having any delay in the processes. That means the primary objective of HR was to manage the compliances, manage the union relationship. But
yeah,
today, if you see the number of jobs or percentage of job which is coming from is not only the manufacturing, basically it is service industry, startup, technology based company, IT, ITS.
yeah.
So what is the definition of strategy? So naturally, the role of HR that was strategic 20 years back in manufacturing firm to manage the union, it may or may not be strategic in the today's context for other industries. It can be strategic for the manufacturing where unionized workforce is there. So what I'm trying to say is your understanding about the processes has to be upgraded with regards to as the business is emerging. And this course, as you see, when I say strategy, we are not going to teach you the strategic management. We are not going to teach you only the concept. What we are going to teach you is if this is the business model, how your HR function and policy will look like. So when you sit for the interviews after the career break, the interviewer or your potential employer will have a trust in your capability. If we are going to give some training to this person, this person will be adaptable to the change despite having the gap. That is the pitch of this program.
Okay, so you will teach us some of the technicalities of the tools which are relevant to
So
the HR processes.
So what we are going to teach you is one or two module from the industry on application of AI in HR processes one. Where
Okay,
we are going to have a more sessions is how to use AI in data analytics. What we are going to discuss more is what are the existing tools and techniques for data analytics. So
okay,
data analytics is the major part, strategic HR is the major part, application of AI is the guest speaker session, because that stage is something that is something that is growing. It has not become mature, that mature, correct?
yes.
So that much of this thing. So like a typical South Indian thali, you have main course and then you have n number of chutney. So AI is chutney in that case. It is
Okay,
important to enhance the taste, but it is not mandatory. Correct?
okay, yes, yes, absolutely. Because we need AI these days to
Very important. Very
fetch
important.
the data, make the
Yes, yes.
reports, analysis, business plans, everything. So
Exactly.
really, that was a nice interaction with you, Mr. Jha. Thank you
Yeah,
for
yes.
clarifying.
Same here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your questions, everyone. Professor Jha, the kind of examples you use in your sessions and during the webinar also is always appreciated by all the participants. During your class also, you take, give real-time examples, and people are actually enjoying the kind of examples you bring, in the session, so that they can really connect with the, real life situations, right? So that is one part I always wanted to share it with you. Even the last batch participants, we got similar kind of feedback. The kind of examples, you bring on the table while explaining a topic, they are actually able to connect what exactly the learning is, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. Any questions? Do we have any more questions before we wrap up for the today's session? Any questions you have? You can raise your hand or unmute yourself or put your questions in the chat box. Palak sir, anything you would like to add?
Yeah, yeah. So I would, of course, I think, Pritish, of course, you can share the experiences of people while they were at campus, the previous batch. While you do that, in fact, just to tell you that, more than 40 people have already enrolled for this program. They're extremely enthusiastic to, start the program as soon as possible. We were interacting with most of them yesterday, and I think we find the batch very diversified, people coming in from various industry sectors, and I think that also speaks about the acceptability of analytics across functions and industries, I would say. And of course, as we were discussing yesterday, that there is no better place than XLRI, to have a core learning in HR. It is one of the leading institutes across the world. And of course, with the, guidance of Professor Jha, who is extremely adept with his knowledge, one of the finest intellectual capital that we have at XLRI, you will get the best of both worlds, in terms of the brand XLRI and also, Professor Jha. So I'm sure you will have a great time. And uh, Pritish, if we have some snaps of the earlier
Yes,
batch,
we do
no?
have. Uh,
Then we can show them, just for an
sure.
ideation that how the engagement happens. I think campus engagement happens to be one of the integral part of the program.
So this is the picture from the last batch during the campus immersion. This picture was taken. We had this campus immersion from 30th of May to 1st of June, and campus immersion is one of the best and memorable, uh, time of the program. And a few glimpses from the classroom sessions. Mm, This was taken at the time of certificate distribution ceremony, right? So these were the few pictures we took, during the campus immersion. So you can reach out to us if you have any questions related to admission or counseling session. You can reach out to us at 850-608-5079. You can also write to me at pritish.mandal@vcnow.in. I've also shared the contact details in the chat box. Right.
And
So
since we are into the absolute final stages of the admission process, and the classes are going to start soon, the earlier you apply is better. Once you apply, you can check the formalities which are required, from the number that is provided by Pritish. And we encourage you to, apply fast, because we just have few seats left. We generally don't encourage a very huge batch size because of, we want to maintain a quality in terms of this faculty and student ratio, and that is what the guidelines from the institute is also there, in terms of the student and faculty ratio, so that you can have a better in-depth understanding. So just a few seats are left. The faster you apply, it will be better. And anything else that Professor Jha would like to add here?
I think one part which we missed out is how the assessment of the student will happen. I think that
Yeah.
criteria is also there. So basically, you have one component called class participation and discussion. So some weightage is given, let's say 10-20% weightage is given where you analyze the case, submit the case on regular basis, and you get the feedback. So that is one component. Second, you will have exam for strategic part of HR, exam for analytic. It is a take home assignment, or maybe it can be a exam where you will be given a case study which you are supposed to solve and respond to the question given to you. Some around 40% or 35% weightage is given to that. Then major component of your evaluation, that is 40 to 45%, that comes through your final group project. Because the whole idea of this type of program is not only class learning, also the peer learning, because your peers are coming from different industry, different experience. So what we do is, so throughout this course, you work in a work group that we form, and then you start working on a live project. One HR issue is given to you, you start working on that. So once you come for the campus component, you present, and there will be evaluation team that will evaluate, and finally your certificate will be given to you. You can share the certificate criteria also, Pratesh, if it is important to share. Ekta asked this question. Hope this is clear. All these assessments will happen during the course, and final assessment of group project will happen in person in campus.
So just to add in here, there will be participation certificate and completion certificate which will be given to all the participants. In case you are not able to if you complete all the modules, everything, successfully, then you will get a completion certificate. In case you're not able to complete the program, then in that case, you will get a participation certificate towards the end of the program. But mostly, usually all the participant gets, completion certificate only, right? So this was the criteria for the program. So the session, we have recently concluded the technical orientation yesterday, and the next session is about the academic orientation, which is scheduled for 23rd of August. So, if you wish to complete the application process, please feel free to reach out to us. We will help you with the admission process and onboarding process as well.
Sure. Thank you for clarifying my questions. Actually, I'm a little at my noisy place. That's why I didn't want to unmute. I've already enrolled for the program, hence these questions. Since I'm a working professional, how we have to manage our time accordingly and the travel. That's the reason I had these questions. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Ekta. Okay, I think we can now wind up.
Yeah. And thank you for rendering your valuable time, especially Professor Jha. Despite his busy schedule, he has been giving us time for the, I would say student engagement, and I would say pre-student engagement before the admission process itself. Not everybody does that, but I think he has been extremely passionate enough to, cooperate with us and help us through. And thank you so much. And thank you, audience, for coming in today on a Sunday morning. Why we thought about Sunday is based on the availability of most of you, and it will be much more easy for you to understand, also give time. So we hope to see you a part of the batch. Pritish, any last word? Professor Jha, anything?
I'll simply say that for any HR professionals, so at this juncture of the time and the economic state which we see, and otherwise individually when you see, it's very important to advance your understanding of HR processes, especially with the blend of AI, analytics, and strategy. So I will always advise any individual to go for all these type of knowledge enhancement capsules offer at various point of your career to you. Best wishes to all of you.
Also in the chat box, I have shared the program brochure. You can download the program brochure from the from the Google Drive link, which I've shared in the chat box. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a great day ahead. Thank you, Professor Jha.